Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being my friend and actually taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. And I really love watching these videos with you. So today I thought that we as friends would watch some videos on the Galactic Federation. Who are the Galactic Federation? What is the Galactic Federation? Well, the Galactic Federation is an alliance of different beings that have come together to oversee everything, right? So let's just watch a few videos and hear about what they've got to say, or videos on who they are so you can get a better understanding about who they are and what's been going on.
The Galactic Federation has given humans until 2027 to reveal our presence to the world, or we will. You've probably seen this on the news or in articles talking about CIA agents claiming that humans have until 2027 before they reveal themselves. Former Israeli space chief talking about extraterrestrials exist. And the former defense minister of Canada talking about the Galactic Federation is real and has been watching us for a long time. Let's not forget about the large amount of people claiming they are aliens among the humans. That is because we are, and we are here. We have been on this planet in many different ways. 1, incarnating on your planet and being housed in a human body. 2, government bases or government establishments. 3, underground bases or in orbit. Or number 4, just walking amongst you and you would never know. Many of you have known our presence for a long time and have been trying to awaken others, but you've been labeled as crazy, and I'll tell you right now, you are not. If you are a galactic agent still here, it's time you reveal your presence as well. The clock is ticking because the rest of the star people are going to come in 2027 or sooner, and we've given the Earth governments until then to reveal it themselves. As you can see, they've been struggling. They've been trying to use the media. They've been trying to use subliminal messaging. They've been letting you guys know because they have to. Earth is entering the 4th density, which means that humans are beginning to understand their existence beyond the physical and understand life beyond the physical. For years, humans have called non-terrestrial beings deities, gods, angels, demons, fairies. We have always been here for you. It's time all the chaos ends, all the lies end, all the enslavement ends, all the pain ends. It's time to come home. Don't believe me? Just wait till 2027 and watch what they're telling you guys in every way they can. Because remember, they have to tell you the truth. And we will always be here until the end. The Galactic...
So what do you think about that, guys?
What is the Galactic Federation of Light?
So the Galactic Federation of Light, I akin it to the UN, of the planet, maybe a little less corrupt. So it's basically...
Or a lot less corrupt.
A lot less corrupt, absolutely. So it's kind of like a universal governance system filled with many different species from all over the universe who really want to come together for unity. And so they've been involved with planetary agendas and planetary things for quite some time. And they really oversee all of the different planets and civilizations all around the universe to really help with the unity in the universe as well.
Do they have clout?
I would say that they do. They do have, a force behind them just because there's so many different beings who are involved in the Galactic Federation.
Right.
So they do have clout in the universe, yes. I believe that there's actually a lot of Galactic Federation alumni or members who have chosen to incarnate as human bodies and who are on this planet as human beings.
Can you be on this board, basically?
Absolutely, yeah. So I believe that in so many ways I'm a conduit for the information from the Galactic Federation, but I believe that there are so many individuals on this planet who are also in direct or indirect contact with the Galactic Federation who are helping unify this planet as well.
I've always heard that there's this unwritten rule in the universe where they cannot get involved, that they cannot influence us.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So the Galactic Federation has to abide by the laws of the universe. And one of the greatest laws that they always teach me about is the law of non-intervention. So that's basically what you're talking about.
Right.
And the law of non-intervention just simply states that no being can override another being's free will. Free will is the greatest power that we all have within ourselves, whether on
But if an asteroid were coming this way, they couldn't intercede and bump it out?
Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. There are collective contracts for this planet. So just like I have a contract to be sitting here with you today, and that's all predestined based on what we planned for this lifetime, the collective of this planet also has contracts that were predestined.
Sure.
And so in that case, if something were to take place that was not in alignment with the highest good of the collective, then that is a case where it would go to one of the councils with the Galactic Federation. They would have to talk it over and basically decide, do we intervene or not? And if we do intervene, what kind of effects is this going to make long-term for the planet? And is this aligned to their highest contracts? And that's where a lot of human beings don't fully understand, why would God, why would the Galactic Federation allow for so much suffering on this planet? And that's a question that I get asked all the time. And my response to that is, I believe that suffering or challenge, whether it be at an individual or collective level, needs to be experienced in order for learning and growth to take place.
We've been through a lot over the last several years as a planet, more so than I can remember.
Yeah.
And it seems to be coming at us from all different angles all the time. Studies are showing that people have massive anxiety. They're under huge stress. Couldn't the Galactic Federation just wave their magic wand and say, I want all these diseases to go away. I want all these conflicts to go away. Why don't they do this?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there are a lot of solutions that they have in the form of different technologies. Even DNA technologies or genetic technologies that they could very easily bring to planet Earth. I know there's a lot of people on planet Earth who are conduits of that information that are bringing that technology to planet Earth. But unfortunately, this planet has been so controlled, so suppressed by, say, the powers that be, that technology has not been allowed to be released. So that's kind of what's happening right now is there's this really huge battle that's taking place on the planet between the good forces, the bad forces, the light, the dark. And so we're seeing the shift take place finally. We're seeing a little bit more room and movement for these solutions to come in, but it is not up to the Galactic Federation to come down and save us because we are on our own path collectively.
It's our choice.
Yes.
It's our destiny.
Yes.
They meet sometimes all over the universe, don't they? Including the moon?
Yes.
What do they do there? What is the Galactic Federation of Light?
So the Galactic Federation of Light, I akin it to the UN, of the planet, maybe a little less corrupt. So it's basically...
Or a lot less corrupt.
A lot less corrupt.
Oh, wow, I went a little over the time there. Alrighty, so let's go to this video. And you know what? I also believe that a little bit of suffering, like I understand why they wouldn't intervene in some cases because there is lessons, although extremely uncomfortable for us, there is lessons to be learned from everything that we experience, right? Even if it's just the feeling, What we would classify as a small lesson, right? I feel like, or something. We can take away something out of every experience that we go through. So it's like I believe that even though we experience things that are not so comfortable for us, there's always a lesson to be learned there, right? And so, like, for example, in my life, I've had a pretty rocky life, right? But okay, so my life was actually extremely rocky, right? And when I met the source was trying to explain, like, those things happen so I can take away from those things, right? So now when I look back and the way my mind works now, now seeing that everything was a lesson, right? I can actually mature from that and take away things from those lessons, right? And have a different and a better understanding of life. And, you know, because I feel like a lot of us would walk around being ignorant, you know, and ignorant to other people's pain and, you know, misfortune. And so sometimes, you know, I feel like the soul does need to experience these things so we can be, you know, sympathize with other people, you know, and feel others' pain, be, you know, be more empathic towards other people, you know what I mean? Like empathy is something that a lot of people don't have. So it's like when we can have empathy for others in situations based on what we've been through, or, you know, even if you haven't been through that, maybe your soul has at another time, right? And so it's like, because there's so much things that I personally haven't experienced in this lifetime, but I feel like I can put myself there and I could feel it, exactly what that person's going through. You know what I mean? So a lot of things that a lot of other people would hold judgment for, I don't hold judgment for, because I can understand why they would have taken it there. It's just what we do with our free will in that moment. Like, do we snap or do we use our free will to do something else? Which a lot of the times is extremely hard not to snap, right? But that's when that free will comes in again. Because the conscious thought, there's always that conscious thought to bring yourself back, right? And not take it too far, right? Well, that's just my little bit on that.
Message today. This is a longer message. It's like 3 pages. So if you don't have time to watch this now, but you're interested, go ahead and save it, listen to it later. I will say that I have noticed that when I'm doing channeling after using like either Septisync, or I just started with gateway tapes, it's cool. It comes through really clearly. And for any of you that are interested in channeling, just so you know, like, I've been getting some good results with those too. Okay, I'm just going to get straight to it. You are on the precipice of great change. This is not to be feared, though that experience of fear may be greatly felt by many. The change is necessary for what is to be, what is becoming. Really quickly, I did not seek this out. I went to sit outside and then the message just started coming through. This is not common. So please do listen to this message, because they are speaking about something that is really happening in the field right now. When they're saying we are in the precipice of great change, that's not like that's happening right now. It's happening now. So they're trying to get this message through now. Okay. The sense of unreality that many of you are experiencing, that is accompanying this specific time, is an emotional interpretation of the shifting vibration of the field around you. The energy coming in would feel quite foreign to most of you, even to those who carry within them the frequencies and the codes of their star families, or as you have come to name them, the starseeds. This is a specific frequency of the 4th dimension, and it is a frequency of death. Most on your planet do not experience this frequency until the time of their physical death, and so it will, by its nature, provoke a feeling of unease. But remember that in this truest sense, there is no death, only the movement of energy from one state to another state, and this is indeed what is happening now on Earth. The reality, agreements, structure of society, structure of good and evil, structure of have and have not. In other words, all structures of polarity and density are in their process of death so that they may shift into their next state of being. Melanie talked yesterday in her video about the transcendence of Christ. This is the metaphor for these times. Earth is releasing the polarity of survival, releasing the beliefs that have accompanied survival on this planet, since your current iteration of human life began. These are stories of Machiavellianism, of benefiting only oneself, of being severed from your light, and so manifesting that severance by means of withholding of power, resources, inclusion, acceptance, support, and egalitarianism. These dense energies have been in a cycle of karmic experiencing for many millennia, and they are now with this figurative death of society being released. The decision for this process was already made, and so now it is in motion. Again, this need not be feared. Death need not be feared, and in time, the fear of death will also be released collectively, and humans will shift into a more grounded and cohesive understanding of this transition. We are and have been allowing some forgotten knowledge to begin again to be circulated amongst those who feel resonance. Knowledge of the universe and of your greater place in it. Knowledge of how to be in a relationship with your energetic bodies, including how to consciously leave them and commune directly with soul. Knowledge of how to be utilizing vibrational frequencies for healing. Knowledge of plant and mineral consciousness. Knowledge of how to realign your pineal as a portal to higher dimensional realms. This knowledge is and has been released strategically, and if you have been in receipt of it or have been guided to it, it is as always your decision of what to do with it. One suggestion is to utilize this knowledge so that you prepare for the next stage, which will include a much broader teaching and thus an increased need for teachers. And then they give some suggestions. I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about this at the end of the message. So they give some suggestions on how to do this, on how to be preparing for and learning this stuff now so that we can be teaching other people in time, okay, during the rebuilding. Meditate daily in a manner most consistent with your resonance. Through a meditation, you are training the brain to move freely in altered states of consciousness. Seek to reduce or eliminate foods that impact your gut health in negative ways. Consult with your spirit guides, your spirit guide teams, or your intuition for these foods, as it will differ from body to body. They had a whole thing around gut health. Food is a thing. Seek out creative expression, most particularly singing, humming, and dance. These activities move and transmute stuck or dense energies. Utilize various forms of color therapy. Light therapy is specifically recommended. Work closely with plant and mineral consciousness. Those already working with these consciousnesses may have already noticed a shift. They have been teaching new lessons that have been locked and are now strategically being unlocked. I have noticed this. Be in a constant dialogue within yourself about which way of thinking you prefer, which reality you prefer. Then align yourself with your preference. This does take some practice and a moment by moment awareness. Practice spiritual hygiene techniques such as aura baths with sound, running energies, grounding, reattunement of your field with plants and crystals. Know that your galactic family is present and that we are funneling energies of support to you. Galactic Federation of Light Beings. So it's kind of a lot. And when I was channeling it, it felt really heavy, but not in a like a dark and doom kind of a way. They were talking about death, but they were talking about fourth dimensional death. Fourth dimensional death is the cycle of death and rebirth. Okay, again, this is like tower time. They wanted this message to come through because they're trying to help us make sense of this energy that we're feeling, because it is throwing us off. It's throwing a lot of us off. It feels weird. Again, they said that it's the frequency itself, because the frequency itself, our bodies are responding to it. It is the frequency of death. It's the frequency of transformation that we typically only feel in the process of a physical death. That's why it feels so weird, you guys. That's why we are having these like feelings of like unreality, like the things feel surreal. They are surreal. It's because we are having a death. That might mean that we have literal deaths around us. That has been, they have talked over and over again that many will choose to leave during this time. That there is going to be a lot of like big, you know, events, global events, warlike events, environmental events, suicidal ideation and completion. Like they've been talking to me about this now for months, and they're coming to say that this is happening now. Like the time for waiting or for anticipating, like it is and it's unfolding now. But they also said, don't be scared of this, right? It's just that it's new. It's like a new feeling. Anyways, hope you're doing okay with this information. Please let me know if you have questions.
So what you'll notice is a lot of ascension symptoms coming in now, right? Like I find that they've been wanting us to like fast a lot more and pay attention to our diets. And when we don't pay attention to our diets, like I've been noticing for myself that if I don't pay attention to the diet, the specific diet that I'm given, then I immediately get sick and I'm unable to eat and I am forced to fast. I was just actually speaking to my son about this, right? Because as I said, he's very spiritual too. And he's been getting like heavy ascension symptoms, like dizziness, like the stomach aches, and I've just been getting like the stomach and the headaches and stuff, you know? And we were saying that like now is the time to really like focus on ourselves and focus on an inner knowing, right? And focus on our frequency so we can connect with those around us and be at a knowing so we won't be shocked, you know what I mean? We will know when it is the right time, and we'll know when our family's around us. So we'll, you know, instead of operating in fear, we could operate in love. So have you heard from the Galactic Federation yourself? Do you believe in the Galactic Federation? I'd love to know your insight into this. So friends, thanks so much for watching this video with me, and don't forget to like, sorry, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your new friend Kwee-Kwee's channel. Yeah, because we're supposed to be friends now, and you know, I'm supposed to make other videos. Last night before I went to my bed, I told myself I was gonna make a video on something, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna remember. Guys, guess what? I don't know what the heck I was saying, but usually I remember, but then I write it down so I remember, and then I don't end up looking in my phone at the note, right? The one night I'm like, no, because I usually remember, and I don't remember what I was supposed to make a video on. I really don't remember. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks so much for being my friend.
In the forest deep and green,